Hey guys, welcome back. So back working on the mini semi. Got some stuff done here. Sorry for the lighting. I'll just kind of show you here real quick. So I got the dash in the truck. Got the floor all welded down. I got my clutch and my brake and throttle pedal in here. That's just sitting there. Brake clutch, I got my aluminum bracket up here. My brake master cylinder is bolted on, just some bolts on the inside. Brake lines aren't hooked up yet. Plugged it off so brake fluid doesn't hop out. The big thing I have going on, since it is a 96, 97 cab, the dash doesn't bolt up perfectly. So I got to do some modifications for it. I just have it literally a couple self-tappers holding it in there just for the time being. I'll get a light here and kind of show you real quick. Kind of climb up in here. Sorry for the noise. So this guy's just sitting up on here. So I have a self-tapper here. This guy is literally self-tapper to this here. Nothing there. Literally one self-tapper holding that guy. There's one on the inside of the metal on this side. And then I have this piece bolted down to the original 96 bolting brackets. The 84 is different. It gets bolted here. I cut this little tab off on the other side. There's a little tab right here. That gets bolted. And then this is where the dash screws into on the top. This guy is literally just sitting here. Nothing bolted on the inside. I gotta figure out some mounting because I had to cut it. Kind of show you here. I had to cut it back a little bit in order to get this to sit, because on the bullnose cabs, there's not this piece right here. This is all flush all the way up to the top. So I had to trim the bracket. A little hard to see. I had to trim, there's a bracket up in here that I had to trim. I don't know if you can see it or not. So I had to trim that bracket. Dash just sitting there. I'm gonna mess around with that a little bit. But I did got the floor all welded. This is fully welded. I did make my trans tunnel. It's sitting over on the floor there. This is all welded up. Everything underneath up here is solid. I still got to cut my hole out for the cab mounts, and then the back of the floor is kind of flexing a little bit, so I gotta weld some braces and fix that up yet. So I'm gonna mess around with the dash for a little bit, and I will bring you guys back to when I figure something else out. I'm gonna have to trim that bracket, that piece that I put in where the skeleton holds onto on the top. This piece right here, I'm gonna have to cut, because the way this is, it's pretty flimsy and it's hitting on the center. So I'm gonna have to take it all out, trim it, and then I would like to cut this here, bolt this to here, and have everything sit kind of nicely. The big thing is trying to get this dash in, since the cab is not set up for this particular dash. I brought the doors in, and I gotta mount the doors with the door panels. I brought those in as well, and we're gonna see if we can mount those and get that kind of so it's sound wise, and then everything will come back out, and I'll put my electrical. I gotta rewrap everything, and then I did put my HVAC in. I'll kind of show you here. I got my blower motor, my AC condensers here, and then my heater core is in here on the inside. I have everything's mounted. This is off of the 84, so that I have all my venting and stuff correct on the inside when I run my, since this is an AC truck, I'm not gonna run AC, but I'm gonna have it for the future. So I'll bring you guys back to when I get my dash more mounted and secured. Like I said, I got to do brackets on the driver's side, and then I have one self tapper on the bottom. I got to run another one up on the top, and then I got to mount the top so it's all secured. I brought my steering column in, so hopefully we're going to put that in as well. So I guess we'll see. I'll bring you guys back to when I get everything all set up. All right, guys, back. So I'll kind of show you what I did so far. Sorry for the lighting a little bit. I got the door halfway open and some other stuff, so I'll use this flashlight for my headlight. So, okay, so I took the dash out, so I have this piece here that I have this piece that I kind of made here. It's just out of sheet metal, drilled a couple holes, some self tappers and stuff. So that is what was sitting up on the top of the bottom of the window. That's what that little metal bracket holds onto. So I took it out, took that piece out, had to cut a little bit, and I was thinking if I just set everything back up and just kind of take a look at it. So I'll show you what I found. So I got the dash sitting up in there. I got a screw there holding the dash pad onto the dash, and I got another one over there. I took the HVAC stuff out for the driver's side, and then I end up having a self tapper right there, and then one kind of up there, and then down there. So this side isn't going anywhere. This side's a little hard to see, but we'll go to the other side. This one you should be able to see a little bit. So that little metal piece up there, it's just kind of setting up in there. And I was thinking, is if I cut, there's some metal tabs. I don't know if my other light will help, probably not. Anyway, if I can, without trying to blind you guys, sorry about the lighting. There's little metal tabs where an OBS dash would sit on there. And I was thinking if I cut those sections out, and then I should be able to mount everything. The only dilemma is I don't know how I would mount that metal piece to the back of the dash, because I'd like that. So let me pop this dash off here real quick, and I'll show you. I got 2 screws that I'll take out, so I'll be right back, and I'll get the dash pad out real quick, and I'll show you guys what I mean. Okay, like I said, sorry for the lighting here. It's a little dark just because where I am. So I'm back. I'll show you real quick what I mean. So there's these little tabs on the top. There's 4 of them for the OBS dash, and then this piece is what actually bolts onto. I was thinking, if I cut the middle 2 guys off, I should be able to kind of, basically right wherever this guy is sitting, I should be able to kind of, I guess, bolt it into place, because this dash pad's got a hole there, it's got 4 holes on the back side. That's what this screws into. And the other one is there's an HVAC section that comes up for your defrost. So I was thinking if I just trim, I think I might have to cut these 2, but if I cut the center ones out, I should be able to get that to sit. Now I still have my other cab, and I might end up cutting those pieces off, figure out where they go, cut these clean off, and then just bolt everything down, kind of. Like these guys will have, I think that's where it bolts down to, and there might be a couple more, and then just set it up in there, and it might actually work. And then this guy, for the most part, I still gotta make some brackets for the sides, on both sides. So I'm gonna mark those and see if I can get something, or like I said, if I cut the other ones off the other cab, I might be able to tack weld and then just weld them on there, and it might actually work. So we shall see. I guess I'm gonna go out back, take a look at that cab, and see if maybe I could just cut them off and then bolt those to that bracket. I might have to cut the other ones off. We'll see here. So I'll bring you guys back to whenever I figure that out. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, back again. This is the next day. I didn't bring you guys back last night, but I got the dash in. Show you here real quick. So this is just the dash pad. Turn my light on here real quick. This is just the dash pad. Pop this guy off here real quick. So the dash is in, it's actually pretty damn sturdy. I mean, I have a self-tapper there. I'm gonna run a nut and a bolt through that guy. Up on the top, there's a bolt hole here for the top side of this bracket. And then I bolted two kind of off in the center. One is right up here and the other one's over on the other side. And then there's one in the far corner. Then there's one in the far corner for this guy. There is a decent gap on this side. I'm hoping that the trim that goes along here will hide that. I might have to trim it up. The other thing I gotta do is I gotta figure out how to mount. I gotta make a bracket for the bottom here. And then I do have a self-tapper through here holding the center on. I mean, this plastic's all cracked and everything. I do have to, there's some movement up in the center here. I gotta put a self-tapper or put another bolt in through that as well. So that's kind of the next thing. I'm gonna unbolt everything because I actually have the dash pad screwed how it's supposed to. Just 4 up on the cowl here. There's 4 screws. You can kind of see it, 1, 2, and then there's 2 more on that side. And then there's one guy here, and then there's one guy in the middle over there. I just have them just screwed in so that they hold, because I do like the way it's sitting right now. So it's actually currently raining outside. I was gonna go out back and grab some stuff for the doors so I can throw them on, but I don't think I'm gonna worry about that now. I'm gonna possibly do my wire harness. I gotta re-electrical tape it all up and kind of figure out everything, and then everything's gotta come back out to go back in kind of thing. So yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. So I'm gonna take the time, take everything back out, kind of make sure everything, I gotta make a bracket before I take it out. I gotta make a bracket or weld a tab on the bracket or something so I can get this bottom side in, because other than that, and then the one self-tapper or something up in the middle, other than that, it's pretty sturdy. So I do like the way it turned out. It's sitting a little tight up on the top of the window here. It is sitting pretty tight this way. I mean, the VIN tag on the other truck goes right where my fingers are. On this cab, it's right here. So I'm gonna end up just screwing it to the side. I gotta take the sticker off, but I'll just end up screwing it to the side of the cab, just like the older Fords. They have their VIN tag on the side of the door jamb. So I'll bring you guys back to, I guess, whenever I pull it back out to do the harness and stuff, and we'll go from there. So all right, guys, I'm back. So I got the dash out. Just sitting over there with the pad. I'm putting this plastic piece in for the defrost. I got 2 screws holding it. There's a gap right here. So I'm actually going to cut up an old black gallon bucket. It's about an inch and a half. And it's actually pretty much the perfect size. And then if not, I'll just tape it up a little bit. So I'm letting some gear oil drain out of that bucket because I'm going to use that, clean it up really nice with some brake cleaning stuff. And then while that's doing that, my harness is right here. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just going to re-electrical tape everything down to there, re-electrical tape some of that. There's my controllers for my HVAC stuff. Some other small things go through the wiring, it looks like this. No clue, so I'm probably just gonna unplug it. Same thing with that. Like this too has got to get re-electrical taped. This is all radio stuff. So what I'm gonna do with the radio stuff is I'm just gonna figure everything out, and then I'm just gonna electrical tape and wrap it up, and then just shove it in the back of the dash. Headlights over there. There's another headlight right down there. So like that, I gotta fix all up and everything like that. So that's what I'm gonna be working on right now. Like I said, I'm gonna try using that gear oil container, which I was looking to see for a piece of plastic, because I think that sat tight, but if I don't let it sit tight, all the air and everything is gonna come out above, under the HVAC, and I won't get a full flow to the defrost. So that's what I'm gonna work on right now. Like I said, I'm letting that drain, gonna clean that out a little bit, and then I'm gonna go work on the electrical harness, wrap some of that stuff up so it's ready. I think I gotta go out back, just because like these little plastic pieces here that hold the electrical harness, I think I gotta take that one out. But there's some other clips and stuff that I gotta route and actually put the harness on the cluster or on the dash itself. I gotta put the harness and then I gotta put it on. So, and I gotta drill holes through the firewall so I can shove the front wiring harnesses through. So that's what's going on right now. So I'll bring you guys back to when I get a little closer, either cut that piece out or when I get that kind of wrapped up here. So I'll be right back. All right, back. So I got my dash out. Got my dash out. I got this piece in here. I did end up making a piece. There's still a little bit of gap on the front and back, but other than that, it should be fine. At least I'll get majority of everything going towards the front for the defrost. Everything else is secured. Got that done. HVAC all done. That's all bolted back down. So what I'm working on now is I'm working on my dashes out. My HVAC is sitting over on the back of the truck. I'm just basically trying to run my electrical harness and stuff. So got my bolts for the wiper switch and light switch. I screwed that on. This goes on the inside of the firewall. I still got to drill the holes for the front for the headlights, and I got to figure out where a bunch of other stuff goes. Kind of get it so it's a little bit tucked up nice and neater. I just got my steering wheel back, got that in here, and then I did get my plastic. It was sitting outside in a trailer, so it's kind of cold and brittle. So I got my gauge cluster all inside, so just kind of letting that heat up a little bit. Those are the doors I'm using, and then I got my other two doors outside. Kind of show you real quick here. They're just sitting right here. Sorry for the wind. I gotta take the bolts out for the hinges on the side, and then they both still have the harnesses in, so I gotta take those off yet. I just brought them up here so they can sit outside. There's some mouse nests in them, so I don't want to bring them in quite yet. So next up is trying to get that harness on the dash so that I can put the dash in, tuck everything else, and then I'll have to figure out where I'm drilling the holes for the harness. And I still got to plug up the holes over here. I'm not too worried about that right now. I still got to plug this hole, that one, and this one. Then I'll have to drill a hole out for my harness and kind of go from there. So that's what's going on right now. I'll bring it back, I guess, when I get the dash in, because I'm still messing around with the wiring and stuff like that. So I'll bring you guys back to when I put the dash wire harness in the truck. I might have to have a friend help me at least put the dash in the truck so I can screw it in and stuff like that. So I'll bring you guys back. Back again. So I'll show you what I guys did here. So I got over the electrical done. I found some more screws and stuff. Steering wheel's right there, steering column. So I got the dash in. I have dash in with the harness, everything. I cut a hole for the firewall, about 2 inches. It's a little loose, which is okay. There's still got to be sound deadening, and then I'm gonna put some sort of carpet on that side. We're probably gonna end up doing something here because this is for the doors, I believe. This is the front harness for the passenger side, and then the driver's side. For right now, all I have is everything just kind of dangling down. I think I'm gonna end up cutting this bracket. We gotta fill these couple holes, and then I gotta drill a hole for this so I can push it through. I gotta screw this down. I got my pedals. There's something here I gotta fix. I have this screwed in. I gotta shift these over just ever so slightly. They're hitting on this side of the plastic, so I just gotta shift them over. That's all in. So I'll bring you guys back to when I get everything else closer. All right, we're back. So I put the dash in. Everything's all down, mounted. Steering wheel's right there. I gotta mess around with some wiring over there. I did fish both my harnesses through the firewall. I'm not sure what some of this stuff is. I took this apart like a year and a half ago. Oh, sorry. I took this apart like a year and a half ago. So it's some of it's coming back, some of it's not. Anyways, so I got just everything just draped up here for right now. This is the power side, some grounds, headlights, and then same thing with this one. We end up just putting a couple patch welds here and then drilling the existing hole, shove my harness through that one. And I mounted my fuse box down here. It might end up moving my clutch pedal. That's where the wires go. It shouldn't interfere. If not, I'll just zip tie it out of the way. That's all steering wheel stuff. There's a safety switch up here that the pedal hits the back of the firewall here, so I got to do that yet. What I'm focusing on right now is the doors. So this is the OBS door that was off the truck, off this cab, and these are the doors off the other truck. So I gotta take all the harnesses out, and then I believe I have to take this bracket out, and we're gonna put this bracket in here. I gotta cut these rivets off. I'm saving all the hardware and stuff, and I'm hoping that cable and everything works, because I really don't want to move stuff around. So this is the passenger. Sorry about that, guys. That door is the passenger door. So I gotta get the brackets and make sure it closes. And the big thing is I have my door panels to make sure they actually fit on this door. The upper section, hopefully it all fits. I'm not 100% sure, so that's what we're gonna focus on now, is I'm gutting everything out of that door, and then I'm gonna move everything over to this one. I had the other door outside, and then the other good door is sitting in the back right there. So the other good door for this cab is sitting there, my old door is outside. I'm gonna leave that intact for right now, just so when I put everything together, I kinda know. This is the passenger side door, so we're gonna try mess around with that, and I'll bring you guys back to when I get a little closer and figure out, I guess, if everything's gonna line up, so on and so forth. So, all right, guys, I'm back. Did a couple things, moved some stuff around. He's got to pull the tractor in tonight. Business name, so got that covered. Got the door on. It's bolted. I gotta fix the bolts on the inside of the door. They're stripped out, so the whole door, there's a nice gap all the way on this side. The whole door needs to come in a little bit on the top side. The bottom is pretty much perfect. I mean, the whole door I think is actually twisted a little bit, but this is pretty good. It's got a little push here, I guess. Yeah, put the key on. I'm gonna have to get a different lock for it. Handle's still on it. Yeah, I got those bolted on. Kind of show you here, guys. So I got the door panel on. I gotta get the new switch covers for the locks and the windows. Door panel is on, a couple little push tabs on the bottom. I got my steering wheel in there. I gotta kind of fix that. It's a little hard to see, kind of. So I gotta connect this guy to that, and it's at a pretty steep angle, so I might end up getting one made, or I might have to make one with another coupler or something. I mean, this you can move up and down a little bit, but still, that's kind of what's going on. I don't know what I'm yet. I took some pictures. I gotta think about it for a little bit. The semi hood I want, it's too wide, and I gotta cut it up. I knew I was gonna have to cut it up, but it sat all the way out to like here. So the tire only comes out here. It sits all the way out over here, past the fuel tank. So I just put the fuel tank in. So I'm not 100% sure. I might end up running the 84 front grille, fenders, and hood, and then have it open up forward like an actual semi. Hinge it, have it open up towards the front of the truck. Instead, I still gotta, I gotta figure that out. The cowl part for the door, for the window, I forgot to put that in there. Fuel tank, these ones were off a straight truck. So for the most part, it's gonna go up another 3 inches, and I wanna cut it about a 5-inch section. It's either 4 or 5-inch section, and this step will come all the way to the door. Let's see if I got the tape measure. So if I go here to the front of the step, it's about 5 inches. So I'd like to cut it, I'm gonna take it to weld shop and have them do it. Cut a 5-inch section out probably the back side, and then have them shrink it down, and then I'll be able to put my own fittings and stuff, but that should work. The depth, it's gonna get picked up about another, so I don't know if you guys can see there, 4 inches to the bottom of the door. I'd like to give myself 3. So if I give myself 3 inches, right now, it's in about 14. So if I go to 17, I got about 17 inches of travel from the bottom of the tank. The strap come down, the brackets come down about 1 inch. So that's kind of the big thing. So if it gets picked up 3 inches, and I also got to make special brackets for it. The one side I should be able to bolt on to the side of the, excuse me, side of the frame. The other side I got to put a spacer or something in between it. Set it down here real quick. So there's a gap on there. Since the frame isn't square, but that one's sitting pretty level, so I'll probably have to notch off the top, drill new holes into the frame, and bolt that down. But yeah, no, if I pick it up about 3 inches or so, I might end up only going 2, but I'll have to see. It's kind of what I want to do. So that's kind of the plan right now. Like I said, I got the door, I got the passenger door on. I gotta get new hinges because they're all bad. So I gotta order all those. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now. So yeah, I guess start from scratch, guys. Make something. So I'm gonna wrap it up out here. And like I said, got some stuff to work on. I want to get the other door in. I should order the hinges, put the hinges on, get the doors on so they seal, twist them or whatever so it seals nicely. I'm just running old door seals right now. I'll get all new seals and stuff when it all gets painted. And then yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. So like, share, subscribe. Put something in the comments. Let me know what you guys think, what I should do. If I should run a bullnose hood is what I'm gonna most likely do, or see if I can run something else. So yeah, I guess start from scratch, guys, and make something. So see you later.